Hey, it's Nancy Lohr here. How would you like to improve your persuasion skills to communicate better with your prospects, team members, family, and friends? We all want to be heard. We want people to pay attention to us and to have others take us seriously. But the truth is, if we are not delivering our information in a way they understand, you may as well be talking to a brick wall. That's what it may seem like sometimes in the world of online and traditional marketing. You feel like you have something to say, but nobody's listening. Understanding how people learn and absorb information is an area that is often left by the curb because of hasty preparation on the part of the presenter. And I'm going to show you a very simple strategy on how you can perfect your persuasion skills and get your point across so that your audience understands exactly what you're saying, and in turn, it helps them to make a better decision. It's called the VAK, V-A-K, Learning Style Model. This model was developed by psychologists back in the 1920s to classify the most common ways that people learn. According to the model, most of us prefer to learn in one of three ways: visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, but we usually mix and match these three styles. If a person is visual, they absorb and retain information better when it's presented in pictures, diagrams, charts, or webinars. Where an auditory person prefers to listen to what's being presented. They respond best to voices, for example, like in a podcast or a video. Now, a kinesthetic person prefers a physical experience. They prefer a hands-on approach, and they respond well to being able to touch or to feel an object, or learning prop, or a webinar could be a good tool for them too. All right, so it's important to remember that most people are going to have a different mix of strengths and preferences too. So when you have to deliver training or do a presentation, make sure you include a mixture of aids and methods that will engage your team members and prospects, whatever their preferred learning style is, okay? And you can even use this with your friends and family too in order to get your point across. Keep in mind, other factors also play the part, such as natural learning ability, technical skill level, interest in the subject, and the learning environment too. Training needs to be flexible and responsive to circumstance and content and context, as well as to learning preference. Here's some strategies you can use to appeal to a person's different learning styles. A visual person will use phrases like, "I see what you mean," or "I get the picture," or "What's your view?" You can engage them by using diagrams, charts, and pictures. An auditory person is going to use phrases like, "That rings a bell. I hear what you're saying, and that sounds okay to me." You can engage these people by stressing keywords and telling stories and anecdotes. Where a kinesthetic person is going to respond to phrases like, "Does that feel okay?" or "How does that grab you?" or "Do you want to try?" These people respond best to hands-on activities. So, by studying and using these phrases as an example of what clues to look for or listen for or feel for when you're working with your prospects, these techniques can obviously also be used when working with new team members to figure out what's the best way to present information to them so that they understand according to their learning category. Okay? Can you imagine how much you're going to benefit from perfecting your persuasion skills and paying more attention to how people digest information and putting it in a format to help them make their best decision? Okay? If you use this technique when engaging with people, you are sure to increase your level of success in anything you do, including your personal life as well as your professional life. So, with that, there are many methods of persuasion. And I don't mean this as a negative connotation at all. This is just one of the many that I believe is easy enough to understand and start implementing immediately and watch your engagement levels grow. Okay? I hope you got value from this. Thanks for joining in. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Connect with me on social media at facebook.com/nancy.lohr.5. And remember, you are wonderful beyond comparison. Don't forget that. Talk to you soon.